Hey guys, welcome back to the Jays Fit Down podcast. I'm your host Jaden here today with my boy Kam, and he's got his own stuff going on there in the little sports media business. But I had him on today to kind of talk Falcons football and also the Super Bowl. So Kam, we appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me, man. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, let's start off with the Falcons, man. Unfortunately, another disappointing season, but some good points, some highs, some lows. Obviously, Kirk Cousins brought in to help at the quarterback spot, and they went 6-3, man, at one point. And then the wheels just like completely fell off after that. And then we start Michael Penix, and then so just kind of looking back on the season, man, like what, how would you kind of assess the Falcons season overall? Like, what did you think about it now that you had time to marinate?
Honestly, you never judge a book by its cover. That's how I would assess it because, when we got Kirk Cousins last year, and obviously him starting, the season off strong, like you said, 6-3. We thought this was going to be like, this is going to be a great book. Like this season's going to be terrific. We loved it based off of what we were seeing, like in the front, like the front cover, so to speak, and what we were seeing with our eyes. But turns out that good book, that great, nice cover that we saw turned out to cover up probably one of the worst books I have ever seen in my entire life. When you think about, I'm not even going to blame the loss to New Orleans on him because that was a game where, we didn't have Younghoe, or we had Younghoe. He just didn't make his field goals. And then, you see the rest of the games that they lost, when they went to Denver and then they had the bye and then they played the Chargers, that a game that we could have won, and you see how they almost lost to Las Vegas. It got to a certain point where I'm thinking like, okay, surely Coach Raheem, surely they're going to and the OC and Zach Robinson, surely they're going to say, hey, look, Kirk, you're not that guy anymore. And unfortunately, we put a lot of money in you. We put a lot of time in you, and you just didn't get it done. And the way that I would assess this season, I would give it a solid B-, simply because of Michael Penix Jr. And his first game was against the Giants, of course, and then they played against the Commanders, and they played against Charlotte. And I cannot, and Jaden, I can't tell you the amount of hope that Atlanta has, the Falcons fan base has, just because of Michael Penix Jr. And obviously, when we have a great offense, and obviously another storyline of our season was our defensive line, and they didn't start clicking until the end of the season. But when you have a guy like Michael Penix Jr., somebody that you can really build around, somebody that you can really put pieces around to becoming a contender in the NFC, it makes literally the hope, that small hope that once was last year and the year before that, it makes it worthwhile, because now we see what Michael Penix Jr. in 3 games is capable of doing. And even though he went 1-2 in those 3 games that he started this year, towards the end of the season, the dude really was probably the only rookie quarterback that I've seen start late in the season that really developed the case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like I'm gonna just come out and say it for the NFC, of course. But obviously, it's Jaden Daniels all the way, and he deserves it. But I would be remiss if I say, I would be remiss if I didn't say that Jaden Daniels may have found his equal in Michael Penix Jr. So I would give the season a B-, and that's an unpopular opinion. But having watched the games, having collaborated with other Falcons content creators like yourself, the season wasn't all that great, was it? But it wasn't all that lost as well. So
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment, man. I think definitely Michael Penix is a guy that we are extremely happy about. You know, I'm
yeah,
watching him play, man. The zip he has on the football. I mean, you know, he's accurate. He's very decisive, very decisive in the pocket, which I love to see. Love to see that from a young quarterback. And the poise too. He didn't seem very. Now, granted, like you say, you know, first game against New York, there was hardly any pressure on him
right.
because the Giants just are abysmal. But he still, even when there was a little bit, he's still like he just stood there. Even against
Yeah,
Washington in some spots, man, he was just standing there just zipping the ball, you know. And
yeah,
I'm like, man, he's now the receivers. I guess they weren't used to him yet, so like the drops were very annoying
yeah,
because like putting it in perfect places, man, they just couldn't hold on,
yeah.
you know.
No, that's honestly, Jaden. It wasn't. I think for me, and I agree with everything you said.
Mhm.
And I think for me though, it wasn't so much that the receivers dropped the ball because you're a new quarterback. You're in position to make a playoff push. You're coming in for a guy that was supposed to be in the position that you're in.
Yeah.
And we look at Michael Penix Jr., it was the fact that he was throwing those types of passes. And if we saw in that Charlotte, that against not Charlotte, I said Charlotte at the beginning, even though they're located in Charlotte, Carolina,
Panthers,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? The Panthers, uh, even though he wasn't making those throws against Washington, against New York, he made some of those throws against Carolina. And I hate. If he had about 3 more games under his belt as a starter, I thoroughly believe with everything in me that the Atlanta Falcons would be in the playoffs. I wouldn't say that they would win a Super Bowl, but they would definitely be a force to be reckoned with. And outside of maybe Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix as rookie quarterbacks this year, to my knowledge, I don't know of anybody outside of those 3 quarterbacks in Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and Michael Penix Jr. that can make the throws or be confident in the throws that be confident in the passes that they throw in their rookie year. You know what I mean? And I think I think it's gonna come with time. They have a long offseason, obviously. They wasted no time in getting Jeff Ulbrich, their defensive coordinator. So they have a long offseason, reevaluate everything. And I think first game of the season come September, they're going to come out swinging. So yeah, man, I love the passes that because it shows that he has confidence. He's very, very confident quarterback. Not a lot of, and that's what Kirk wasn't. And I think Kirk, yes, he was a confident quarterback, but we saw throughout that losing streak, like, yo, Kirk, Kyle Pitts is open, Drake is open, uh, Darnell Mooney is open. Like, have confidence in your receivers. Charlie Warner, have confidence in your receivers and tight ends for them to catch the ball. And so I don't know if you remember that play in Washington
Yeah.
where Kyle Pitts caught that touchdown pass. And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if Kirk would have thrown that. I don't know. I really don't. Like, I think Kirk probably would have, and I'm just speculating, but I think Kirk would have. I don't know. I don't even know what Kirk would have done. But the fact that Michael Penix Jr. made that throw with 2 Kyle picks, another player that was very scrutinized this season. I have a lot of hope for this franchise. I really do. I really do. So
Yeah, yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, I do too, man. I think they're going to be good. I'm loving it for Penix right now. So I just think we need a few more pieces
yeah,
on the defensive side of the football. Offensively, I think we're good though. So we'll see how they do it, man.
yeah,
We're kind of switching gears here. Wanted to kind of talk about the Super Bowl, of course. They got the Chiefs back in it, man. For what this will be their third straight Super Bowl they'll be in, or
this will be their fourth straight Super
fourth
Bowl that they
straight,
will be in. Yeah,
fourth straight. Wow, 4 straight Super Bowl they'll be. Cam's like, man, I can't believe
Or
that.
wait, I could be wrong. I could be wrong because they were in it last year because they
Yep,
played. What they
played
play?
San Francisco, and the
They
year
played
before they
San
played
Francisco
Philadelphia.
last. Right, they played San Francisco last year. Then they played uh, Philadelphia the year before. In 2022, no, it wasn't them. It was Cincinnati
In
and the Rams.
Cincinnati and
And
the Rams,
the
because remember
Rams.
the Bengals beat them in the AFC
Right,
Championship game. The
right,
last time the
right,
Chiefs lost in the playoffs, so
right.
3 years ago.
Exactly, exactly.
So
And I think in 2021 though it was the Chiefs and it may have been the Chiefs in San Francisco again.
no, it was the
If I
Bucks.
can,
Remember they lost to Brady in the Bucks in
you're
21.
right.
Yep.
You're right, Jaden. You're right. Absolutely
You
right.
know, it's
Yeah,
yeah, they lost.
yeah.
And then the year before they beat San Francisco in Miami in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because I remember Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars got to a conference championship. I believe they did. And they I mean, obviously they played at Arrowhead and they lost, but
Yeah.
because I'm just trying to go back down memory lane. That was a long time ago. But
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
So now they're back, man. The Super Bowl again, and after a crazy kind of ending to the Bills game, we won't go too much into that. But as far as like, um, but yeah, because I do have some Bills fans that watch this podcast, so I gotta,
Yeah. I understand, bro. I
um,
understand.
but Chiefs and Eagles, man. Who do you have? And I mean, well, I think I know what your answer is going to be, but do you think that the Eagles can make a case? Do you think that they have a legitimate chance to win?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll keep it a being with you. I got the Eagles winning, bro.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Now, the thing with Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts is that Patrick Mahomes, and I'm sure you watched Patrick Mahomes in 2018, 2019, 2020 when he was throwing like dang near 50 touchdowns a season. And we didn't really get that this year. And there's been a lot of scrutiny with the Chiefs and how they've won games and how there's been a lot of missed calls, and one of which I'm sure where there should have been a pass interference play on Kyle, on behalf of Kyle Pitts against when they played the Falcons. And we're not gonna get too much into that. But the thing is, and I'm kind of getting off course, but I have the Eagles winning because like Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts has been a great game manager, but also a game changer. And I say that because I saw how they little broed Washington last weekend. And they dropped 55 points on a team that's very gifted offensively. And Jalen Hurts, he had about three touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. But the thing that separates Kansas City or Philadelphia from Kansas City, they don't have Saquon. And as good and I personally would like to see a three-peat in NFL, like in NFL history. I've never seen a three-peat in as long as I've lived before. I've seen a three-peat in getting to the Super Bowl. I've just never seen a team win 3 years in a row. But Philly looks really good. The thing with Jalen Hurts is if he could just have a little bit more confidence in AJ Brown and in Devontae Smith, I think this team is going to win for sure. And I'm not saying that he hasn't had that confidence in them, but I'm sure you saw throughout the season where there were reports that there was kind of some tension between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, simply because Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing the ball. And what Jalen Hurts has proved to me, even though he's not your Joe Burrows, he's not your Lamar Jackson, he's not your Josh Allen, your Justin Herberts, those quarterbacks that throw for high numbers. Jalen Hurts has been to more Super Bowls than all 4 of those quarterbacks combined. And that's saying a lot because Lamar is about to win his 3rd MVP. It could be Josh Allen. Joe Burrow, his greatness alone, I mean, got them to a Super Bowl past Patrick Mahomes. And Lamar and Justin Herbert, well, we know about Justin Herbert. I say that with respect.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts is a winner, bro. And at some point in time, we have to start having a conversation of, because I truly feel that the game of football has been very individualized, that we don't really focus. We focus more on numbers and accolades more than impact. And Jalen Hurts, out of the last 3 years, has proven that he has, if you have him on your team, if I'm Philadelphia, he gives us the best opportunity to win. But like I said, what the Eagles have that they didn't have in 2023, they did not have Saquon. And what Jalen Hurts and Saquon both showed to me last Sunday is that we know Saquon is going to get his. And I know Jalen Hurts is going to get his. But the thing is, a lot of people expect Saquon to get his more than Jalen Hurts. In other words, we don't know when Jalen Hurts is going to turn it up. Because I thought last Sunday it was going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was a cakewalk. And Jalen Hurts showed why he's an elite quarterback in the NFL. He showed why he gives the team the best chance to win as a quarterback. He doesn't even have to throw for the most yards. But if the defense and you know Philadelphia's D-line, they got Jordan Davis, they got Jalen Carter, they got Nakobe Dean. Who else do they have? I'm losing my train of thought. They got Keely Ringo, they got Nakobe Dean, they got Nolan Smith. And what do all of those guys have in common? They all played at the University of Georgia. They were part of the back-to-back championship teams. So they know what it's like to go in a high-level environment, and play at the highest level. And honestly, respectfully, and truthfully, yes, the Chiefs have Chris Smith. I get that. They have him. But they don't have the defense like Philadelphia. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, man. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Man.
I just look. I don't know if I can bet against Mahomes, man. Like, and it's not even me just advocating for. Look, you obviously I don't. I mess with the Chiefs like that, but like it's just they always just find a way, man, to get to these points, and even when they may not be performing their best, they find a way to pull it out. Mahomes freaking runs for some big first down, or like it's always something that happens. But I mean, we'll see. But I mean, look, Eagles definitely, I think they also have a chance, man. Saquon Barkley adds something to that team that they did not have running the football the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl. It wasn't there. Now they have that. This dude broke off first offensive play for of the game against, what was that, the Rams or the Commanders game? I think it was the Rams game. He broke off a long run.
That was the Rams, because that was when it was snowing.
Yeah. Like their first play, he broke off dude. So it's like I don't know, man.
I wanted to correct myself because I said the Chiefs have Chris Smith. I misspoke. It's Chris Jones. I've always known Chris Jones. It's just a lot of there's so many names you got to know, bro. And sometimes when I get in these, when I'm recording, I'm like, bro, why am I blanking? It's Chris Smith. No, it's Chris Jones. Yes, they have a defensive tackle, one of the best defensive tackles in today, like in the last 5 years, in Chris Jones. But they don't have the D-line like Philadelphia. So I agree with everything you said. Now, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes for a reason, Jaden. You know that.
Yes, yeah, he is. He is.
They may very well win. And like I said, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I just needed to let you know that. And that's why I was also for our audience, that's why I was on my phone, because I needed to, like, it's not Chris Smith, it's Chris Jones. That's why I needed to clear myself up. So I didn't want to come across as disrespectful to you. So I
Oh no,
apologize
you
for that.
straight, man. You straight. You good, dog. It's all good.
You
It's
know,
all good, man.
we journalists, man. We got to get our facts straight. You
I
know what I'm
know,
saying?
no, exactly, right.
We,
And you make sure there's so many, like you said, names and
yeah, bro.
stats and things to remember. People don't understand, like, this business is fun, but
Yeah,
it's a lot. But
it's a
we
lot.
love doing it,
Yeah,
so it equates.
yeah. I agree. I
So
agree.
yeah,
But why? But what do you? So let me ask you this: what do you expect from that Super Bowl? Like, no, because I know you have the Chiefs winning, but you also recognize the Eagles can win at the same
yeah.
time. What are you expecting? Are you expecting a one-sided score? You expect it to be a shootout? Do you expect it to be, down to the wire? Like, what do you expect it to be?
Man, I think it's gonna be. It's an interesting question, man, because like the last time they played, I think it was a 3-point game,
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be as high scoring. I don't think. The Chiefs. Uh, the Chiefs' offense that year was, I think, a little bit better than it's been this year.
yeah,
And for Philly, they're not gonna be like throwing the ball around like that a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot of running football, time control, on the clock. So yeah, it's going to be I won't say a low scoring game, probably a mid scoring game. As far as like that's concerned, I think if I'm the Eagles, I'm not asking Jalen Hurts to throw for 350 yards and 5 touchdowns
yeah,
to beat Patrick Mahomes. I am going to ask him to do what he needs to do and let Saquon Barkley do what he needs to do. Run the ball, man. Be
yeah,
physical, run the ball, attack them. Like that's the only way. And you got to keep number 15 on the sideline, on the bench. That's the only way you're going to
yeah.
win, dog. So
It's really
that's
true.
what I think.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like, the Eagles are a great enough team to where now Patrick, he has to, because I don't know, is Isaiah Pacheco, is he playing? I don't know if he's
I
playing.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay,
As
okay.
far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Because I knew he was injured for like majority of the season. So I don't really recall, outside of him, I don't really recall, because I know they got Kareem Hunt back, because Kareem
Yeah, they
Hunt
do.
played,
They do.
he played a few games as well. But you hit the nail on the head. Like, Jalen Hurts, as effective as he is as a game changer, and that's what I was trying to say. Like, Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are game changers in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you don't have Jalen Hurts, if you don't have Patrick Mahomes, you're not in the Super Bowl. That's how I see it. I would rather, like, because their backup quarterback for the Chiefs is Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz hasn't been relevant in almost 10 years. Because
Crazy.
before, because when he went, because he was with Philly, and he actually got Philly. He played just enough games, and they won just enough games for Nick Foles to take the reins and win the Super Bowl against New England. Because that was in
That was the 2017 season.
2017 season, exactly. And the thing is, if Carson Wentz didn't get injured, I still think Carson Wentz, they still win the Super Bowl that year, because they were just playing great football. But and then with Philadelphia, their backup quarterback is Kenny Pickett. And I'm gonna be real, if Carson Wentz played in that conference championship last Sunday, I don't really have the Chiefs in this Super Bowl. And then if Kenny Pickett was playing against Washington was gonna have a field day with him. And I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is bad, or I'm not saying Carson Wentz is bad. Carson Wentz is a proven quarterback in the NFL. He was virtually responsible for the Eagles getting to that Super Bowl. But as great as they are as game changers, they are great game managers at the same time. You may have to ask Patrick Mahomes to do a little bit more, but if I'm Jalen Hurts, I honestly, and I say this with respect to Chiefs fans, I'm in a very unique position. And I pray to God, Jaden, that The Eagles do not become the second coming of the Seahawks, where they're at. Remember that play? It was the last play of the game. It was like 20 seconds. And the Seahawks
Yep.
are playing against New England in that Super Bowl. I want to say in 2013 or 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And were they at the? They were definitely in the red zone. I don't remember the specific yard.
1 yard line. They were at
They're
the
at
1 yard line, man.
Exactly. They were in
And
the
you
1
throwing
yard
the
line.
football.
Exactly. And Russ decides to throw the football. Or not, no, it wasn't Russ. It was Pete Carroll. They decided to go for the, throw for the ball. Throw the ball. Give the ball to beast mode. That's all you had to do. Russell Wilson would be a 2-time Super Bowl champion right now if they just gave the ball to beast mode. And my point in mentioning the Eagles is you have a running back that is as great, and he's only going to get better and better and better in Saquon. You have a running back as great as beast mode. I'm not saying he's better, but Saquon is Saquon for a reason. You know you're great if John Mara, the owner of the New York Giants, says, I will have a hard time sleeping at night if we let Saquon walk, if we let him go. I just got a question for John Mara. How's your sleep been since you let him go? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I said, like I said, I pray to God that there does not come a point in that football game where the Eagles find themselves at the 1 yard line, at the 2 yard line, shoot, even at the 5 yard line, within that red zone. Give the ball to Saquon. Yes, we know AJ Brown can catch. Yes, we know Devontae Smith is agile and he can catch. But when push comes to shove, Saquon gives you the best chance to win. And I know I said Jalen Hurts gives you the best chance to win. That's only if you have Saquon. And I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think Philly gets as far as they did without Saquon.
Oh, most definitely not.
That's just how I see it.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. And the Eagles were kind of, a little iffy this year earlier on. Heck, even when we played in that game, what was it, week 2 or so? Saquon dropped that pass that he would make, like he would catch, 9 times out of 10 normally. But since then, I mean, they, so yeah, the Eagles definitely got a chance, man. And without Saquon, they definitely wouldn't be here for sure. So I definitely agree with you on that, dude.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I think that really just, kind of sums it up, dog. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Super Bowl and, like who you had. You got the Eagles. So we'll see if you're right. I hope you are.
I hope I am too. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie. I don't know who's going to see this. I pray to God that the best team will win, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
of course. Yeah.
But whoever loses, you got to tip your hat to them. I mean, heck of a season for sure. But I, like you going for the Chiefs, and honestly, brother, I want the Chiefs to win solely to see, like, wow, like they won 3 in a row. That's never been done before. And as great as Tom Brady is, if Pat wins another Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, hey, man, I
yeah, right.
You can't.
I got you.
I don't have a lot to say on that, because Pat, this will be his 4th Super Bowl before he turns 30. He's not even in his prime yet. That's the thing.
Yeah. That it's insane, bro. It's really insane.
Hey, but look, Michael Penix Jr. gonna be next.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're speaking that into existence. Michael Penix Jr. is definitely next. So
Michael Penix Jr. will be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes, and I say that I'm not trying to race. Listen, not race bait, not trying to rage bait. Yeah.
Hey man, you speaking the truth, man. That's all you're doing. So
we journalists, journalistic integrity, Jaden. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. But yeah, man, like I said, thanks for coming on, Cam. We appreciate you. And you guys make sure you check out Cam's work. Check him out there.
Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you, Kim.
Yeah, man. You guys can find me on Instagram at GoTime, GOTIME, GoTime PC. You guys can find me on TikTok if you haven't deleted it yet. You guys can find me on TikTok at GoTime TV. And then you also can follow us on YouTube as well. I'm within the next few months, I'm going to be getting back on YouTube and putting out long form content as well. So you guys just, aren't just stuck with my reels and my TikToks as well. Cause I really want you guys to see, the full length, my full emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, find me at those links, man. And yeah, but Jaden, I appreciate you for having me, dog. Thank you again.
Oh man, it's no problem, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that good energy you got. That's what we need in this field, in this business. So
Yeah.
the enthusiasm, I love it, man. Just keep it up, man. Keep up the work, dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll definitely will be talking with you again on this show very soon. So
Yes.
best believe that.
Yeah.
You guys check him out, and you guys check us out here on YouTube. We're also on Instagram and TikTok and X, Jay's Spit Down Pod. So make sure you check us out there. But
Yeah,
Cam,
man.
thanks again, man.
Yeah.
And I
And
will be talking with you. Oh, what's
And
up?
also, too, I wanted to say as well, man, y'all continue to support Jaden as well, man. Two black men in this industry trying to make it big. But at the same time, in a world that's extremely divisive, we have to, come together and be supportive of one another. And Jaden, I kind of already gave you the rundown, before we started recording. I appreciate you for thinking enough of me to come on your platform, because I do not take that for granted. And as two journalists, I don't just choose. I don't just choose people to hop on my platform just for clicks. I really don't. So I appreciate you, brother, again, and you'll definitely be on my platform soon as well. So I appreciate you. And if you need anything, like I'm gonna send my number to you. But if you need anything, man, I'm here to be a huge help any way that I can. Because we're two young men, two young black men still trying to figure it out in life and what we ultimately desire in the long run. But I really want y'all to know how hardworking Jaden is and how effective he's using his platform, man. So yeah, man, y'all continue to support my guy. And dude, if you need anything, like I said, you got a friend in me, and I'm here to help any way that I can. So yeah, man. I'm gonna sign off. But
Yeah.
if y'all, like I said, support my dude Jaden, and I hope to see you guys down the road. And again, Jaden, thank you for having me on your platform, brother.
Hey man, all good, bro. All love, bro. And I will be talking to you soon, man. All
Yeah.
right.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
All right.